Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. The Call of Duty Zombies comic, issue number 1, came out a few weeks ago, and I did a bunch of videos on it. There were a load of ciphers that got solved, and I made videos on all of those. I did a full reading of it as well, so if you want it read to you like a bedtime story, then it's available on my channel. But there was a little bit of, I guess, sort of resentment in the community that it wasn't really as information-rich as people were expecting. I personally, beforehand, was kind of guilty of hyping the comic up, I guess, because I was convinced that it was going to be ram-packed of interesting stuff on every single page. I thought there were going to be complete wildcard pains in there that nobody understood whatsoever and were a complete mystery to all of us. I thought it was just going to be so intriguing, and then issue number 1 kind of wasn't. A little bit. It was good, in my opinion. I don't think it was terrible, but it definitely left room for improvement, I think, certainly in the eyes of many. And so today, when they announced that issue 3 was going to be coming out in February next year, I was basically unsurprised, because we know they're going to be coming out roughly every 2 months for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2017 rather, and we also know that issue 2 is coming out in late December, and so having an issue coming out in February is really no surprise. Now, the blurb of that comic is out now. It's actually as follows, if I just scoot over here. The blurb says, when an AI security system tries to destroy the Tranzit crew, Marlton must use his tech skills to outwit the digital defenses. Misty reminds him that he can't survive on his own. It's going to take more than know-how and smarts to get everyone out alive. The group decide to take a chance on escaping from the zombie-infested apocalyptic wasteland, not knowing if their desperate attempt will work or where it could take them. So this is interesting because we know that Broken Arrow, one of the most mysterious groups in all of Call of Duty Zombies history, is going to be featuring fairly heavily, hopefully, in the second issue of the comic. That's something that we can be fairly sure of because we've already had the blurb of it released and it sounds pretty good. Link down below or in the corner of the screen over there, where it's going to be over there actually, if you are interested. Now, I think that this one sounds a little bit like it's not really going to contain that much cool stuff, I'm not going to lie. Like, he's using his tech skills to outwit the digital defenses. Yeah, doesn't really sound that intriguing, but at the end of the day, I'm ready to be surprised. Now, the exact release date of this is going to be February 15th, 2017. And I want to put into perspective where we will be as the zombies community at the time of release of this comic, okay? January 2017 is going to be very much, I guess, a dead period in many senses. Much of that month will be pretty much empty of interesting stuff for zombies, most likely, and then towards the end of the month, we'll start learning about DLC 1 for Infinite Warfare Zombies. So that's when that marketing campaign will kick up. It will probably be about a 2-week campaign, maybe a little bit less, but roughly, and then towards the end of January and beginning of February, we can expect Map Pack 1 to release. So, once this comic comes out, we'll already have played DLC 1, we'll already have done much of the Easter egg solving for DLC 1, and stuff like that. And it's going to be really interesting to have this kind of juxtaposition of Treyarch zombies on one side of things, giving us pure storyline information, nothing else. The comic is nothing other than a story, and so that's what we'll be getting on the Treyarch side of the fence. On the other side, we'll have DLC 1 for Infinite Warfare Zombies, which will really be, I think, the temperature gauge for how well this team, this Infinite Warfare Zombies team at Infinity Ward, can perform in extremely limited time, because remember, they don't have a lot of time to make DLC at all, but we'll see how they can perform in that limited time, and what extent of features they can bring into the mode that are new and fresh and keep it exciting, what sort of story they can weave. All those things will begin to be seen in their first map pack. And so it's going to be a really, really interesting month. February is going to be awesome, going to be a lot of stuff happening, and as you guys know, my channel is going to be the best place to be in that time because I will keep you updated on absolutely everything that happens. So, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on this little blurb. The final thing that I want to say is that, funnily enough, it's been noted, and it's been noted in the past as well, that all of these comic covers line up. What do I mean by that? Well, if you take the first cover, and then you take the second cover and you put them next to each other, there are a couple of lines in there are a couple of figures in there that seem to cross over between the covers. And this comic cover, number 3, is no different, because this one goes straight on from number 2, and it seems like what we may be seeing here is the Richtofen-esque zombie from the first cover featured there. Rossman featured in the second one. Marlton featured in the third, and then probably Misty featured in the third, and Stuhlinger in the fourth. And then maybe we'll have some kind of grand climax with some other character, Weasel or something, that would be amazing, in the fifth, and then the sixth? Who knows? It's a bit of a mystery right now, but it's an exciting mystery, and one that I cannot wait to learn more about in the coming months. So, I've been MrRoflWaffles. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, then leave a like. I can't wait to get back to Broken Arrow, which is coming out in the next comic. That's going to be extremely exciting. I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.